Y'all, sometimes I just be over here jamming to the countdown music. What's going on, Skye Squad? Happy Saturday. We're going to do a little sneak peek Saturday type situation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when we have some time on that good Saturday, we're going to do the sneak peeks, okay? Skye Squad, welcome back. Welcome back. It's your boy, DJRichieSkye. Listen, we're going to be talking about Love and Hip Hop. We got an exciting announcement to make about that. And some of you guys probably have seen that information floating around. And then we got to talk about Gizelle Bryant, okay? We're going to be talking about a scene from the upcoming episode that was released on BravoTV.com, okay? We got to talk about the scene and exactly what Gizelle says about Jamal Bryant and these rumors, okay? Y'all know the rumors? Y'all know the rumors? You remember the rumors from the binder, okay? And the rumors that were going around before the binder, okay? So we're going to talk about all that. But before we do that, make sure you guys let me know where you are watching from, okay? I see you, baby, okay? Nashville is in the place to be today. Columbus, Ohio. We got Houston, Texas in the building. The DMV, Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville, y'all, we on tonight with Huntsville, so we're going to be tuned into that. We're going to discuss that tomorrow morning as well, so be on the lookout for that. We got Canton, Ohio. I see you. Pennsylvania is in the building. Memphis, the Bronx. Who else? Who else? Oh, we got T-Ness is in the building. My 2-year-old granddaughter loves your countdown song. Happy Saturday. Thank you so much, T-Ness. We appreciate you. And your granddaughter as well. This is why we try to keep the channel, family friendly. So, everybody can watch along. We got Snow Camp, North Carolina, Texas. We got North Carolina. I see you. I saw a Namibia in here. Where was my Namibia people at? I saw y'all. Crofton. We got Southeast DC in the building. Hey, right down the street. Chi-Town, Baton Rouge in the place to be. Okay, Charlotte, Namibia. There we go. There we go. Minnesota, yes. California, Louisville, Macon, Georgia, Omaha. Jimmy J with the super chat. Thank you so much, Jimmy J, for setting it off today. You and T-Ness, we appreciate the love that's going back into the channel. Thank you for allowing me to keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, Vanessa. Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight, baby. Tonight. So, y'all ready to get down with the get down? Let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, Zimbabwe. I see Sweden in the building, too. I'm trying to go to Sweden, y'all. I'm trying to go to Sweden and Zimbabwe. Hold on. I saw Zimbabwe in the place to be, too. Come on now. I have not seen this show yet, Miss Tracy. I haven't seen it. But I feel like I got an interview request to interview somebody from that TV show. I don't typically try to do a lot of interviews because my days are so busy, and I really like to be able to get this news and these recaps to you guys. But I might check this out. Love you right back as well. Thank you so much. Y'all just sending so much love. I appreciate y'all. Y'all, oh God, y'all just hey. Feeling the love, y'all. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me, man, because, I always say we're going to put out some good energy over here. We're going to talk about the little drama and the stuff like that, but we're going to put out some good energy as well. Let's get into the first thing that we got to talk about, okay? Love and hip hop news, y'all. So, Mimi Faust, the Brooke Valentine, the Bobby Lights, and the Kim Bella of it all. What do these people have in the common, you might ask? Well, okay, they are filming Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition. It's been renewed for season 2. Shout out to our people over at, somebody tagged me on this yesterday. And if you guys head over to Reality Entertainment TV, give them a shout, give them a like, give them a follow, give them a comment as well. But they are letting us know that season 2 of Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition is currently being filmed in San Diego. The season's cast, as they report, features Kim Bella, Jewel Santana, Rich Dollaz, Peter Guns, Cisco Rosada, Jonathan Fernandez, Sin Santana. A lot of the New York people are up in this piece. Amina Butterfly is back along with Tara Wallace. Okay, so you know this is about to be interesting. We got Mimi Faust. We got Erica Mena. We got Shekinah. Now, Shekinah been in the news quite a bit over these past couple of months, you know, with her fallout with Tiny from Escape, who is also married to T.I., okay? We got Bobby Lights, we got Zell Swag. That should be very interesting to have the two of them on the same show. We got Brooke Valentine and Marcus Black. And we got Yo-Yo. And we got Daniel Booby Gibson. So interesting that we got a couple of the love triangular types of situations. I also believe that Ty is going to be there as well. But I don't recall seeing that name. So they got some actual footage of the people filming, but I'm gonna show you guys some IG story, what looks to be IG story footage or camera phone footage from the season. And what you guys will notice is Erica Mena and Safari are there, and they look to be like they're getting along and things. Okay. Shout out to Mrs. Wilson for this super chat. Says Richie come through with the good internet, crystal clear. Hey man, okay. Hey man, listen, I be trying to do it like this when I travel, but the internet don't always be right. And you know what it is? It's that good Verizon, baby. It's that good Verizon. Again, shout out to Reality Entertainment TV on Instagram. Please give them a follow. Please give them a like. And also, if you like these types of things, go ahead and share it as well. I'm excited about this because these are some people that I'm actually kind of like interested in following up on. I mean, it's been a minute since we done seen Amina and Tara and them, you know, and then anything is going to be a mess with Rich Dollars and Peter Guns on it. And then we got Bobby Lights and Zell Swag and Shekinah on there. That's about to be all the way lit. Okay. It's right, Daphne. It sounds juicy. So the people going to be down into San Diego. And why am I not surprised to see Safari there? I mean, if you know Eric Amin is going to be there, I mean, you got to figure that he's not going to be too far behind. But, you know, it's so funny how he be, you know, coming out about these storylines and talking about how, you know, he's not that type of dad that they're making him out to be. But at the end of the day, he go on another franchise, okay, another whole situation, because them checks probably cash, okay? Them checks cash, and so you're going to follow the money, all right? Gonna follow the money. Okay, I'm not mad at it, Safari. Get your coins. But then don't be going on the internet complaining about how they're making you look to the storylines that you agree to. Okay? How about that? Now, Teresa, yep, I'm gonna be watching too. I didn't watch the first one, to be honest with y'all. I didn't watch it because I really wasn't interested in what was going on. I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? But now they got me hooked. And y'all know I love me some Mimi Faust. I mean, ever since, you know, season 1 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, actually, it makes me want to go back and watch season 1 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta because that was the best. Ain't nothing really like that. Angelo says, are they really paid? Well, I mean, they probably get honestly, I don't know. Some people they probably get a per episode amount, you know, maybe a couple of thousand here or there. I can't imagine as much but I don't really know how VH1 pay out their talent because I really won't. I ain't done no work for them. But from what I hear, the dollar amount ain't that high, comparatively speaking, to some other networks. Okay, compared to like what a Candy would make, or what a Portia would make, or even maybe what a Gizelle or a Karen would make. But I would assume that it's probably enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna head on down to San Diego, film for a little bit, take a little time off from whatever else I was doing, and make these, you know, make some money real quick, get a bag, and then pop on back home. I mean, I'm not mad at it. And they're not really fighting on that like they used to, so why not? Why not? But yeah, we're gonna watch. I'll have to see if I'm gonna review it. I guess it depends on what else is going on at the time. Because y'all know right now it's a lot of shows on. Speaking of a lot of shows, we're gonna move right on along. Okay. I always want to give y'all some good news as well, because I feel like we got to balance it out. You know what I mean? And this ain't no bad news that we got to talk about right here, but it is some interesting news coming out of Potomac. Now, I don't know if you guys happen to see this, but it is a clipperization. And I want you guys to look at the title of this clip that BravoTV.com done released for the new episode. Now, again, I try to tell you guys, keep it locked up, BravoTV.com, for all the latest and greatest on what's going on with these shows, because they will give you the tea and you'll know it before the episode actually comes out. And if you're like me and doing the stalkerization of the shows and you're obsessed like I am, then you will want to be tuned in, clued in, and tapped into what's going on right here on these internet streets. Now, well, thank you so much. Y'all just listen. I won't even prepare to get on here this Saturday and receive all this love, but I'm gonna receive it. I'm gonna send it right back to y'all. Thank you. That really touched me. Gizelle, let's get into it. So let me set the scene for you guys, because I want you guys to understand what we about to walk into on tomorrow night, right? Let's get into it. Sneak peek Saturday, right? So in this scene, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm not gonna play it for you because that belongs to BravoTV.com, but I can definitely show you the photo, right? So here it is. This is what's going on. They are at Mia's goddess lunch or brunch or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like all the ladies are getting together. Now, what we get is a moment first with Wendy and Gizelle. And so, Gizelle is basically talking about how, Wendy is saying to Gizelle, I wish that you would have come to me in that situation first. That would have made a big difference if you had just come to me versus going to everybody else, or specifically Ashley, because she don't know she didn't talk to Robin about it. And she don't know that she didn't talk to Ashley 4 times about it. So let's make that distinction clear. So Wendy's like, you should have come to me first. And Gizelle is like, that is the only thing I will apologize for, because, I will own that was my mistake, but she ain't telling us she talked about it 4 times. Let me just make that clear. She said, I will own that. I should have come and talked to you about it first initially. But when Ashley came to you, and our conversation was really out of a place of love, quote, love. If this is the type of love, okay, anyway. So she says that, and Wendy's like, I received that. I receive it. And I'm kind of shocked at this point, because I'm like, oh, Wendy, you just went off on her. I mean, and rightly so, but it just seemed like it was real kind of easy for Wendy to just like kind of forgive her, right? But Wendy in her confessional says, I don't know where we stand from this point forward, but I feel like, she feels like she really doesn't trust Gizelle and they're just okay right now. So Mia is like, okay, so this is progress. Are we all right? Are we good? And so then Gizelle says this, and as far as, so she got out what she wanted to say about her coming to Wendy in love, okay? She then says, and as far as people tearing down families, that's not me, that's Karen. So she points at Karen, and that's when Karen is making this little face right here. Karen does not respond. So then she says this, they just sitting there looking. And so then Candace chimes in, and Candace says this, and this is where things get really interesting. Candace says, well, I've been thinking since this whole thing came out about Jamal, and then they go flashback to Monique talking about the rumors about the lady and Jamal communicating and everything else that's been going on in the streets, right? I believe it, Alicia. Candace says, it makes me wonder if everything that came out about Jamal at the reunion, and Karen was a part of that. She makes sure to say, and Karen was a part of that, if that's what ended your relationship with Jamal. So Candace is kind of vocalizing something that she's been thinking about that situation. And Gizelle turns to her surprisingly and says, Well, that was not new information. So what she is saying here is that she already knew about the woman, about the rumors, about everything. And so Candace is looking at her like, well, why didn't, and she says this, she says, well, why didn't you say anything? So Gizelle, it doesn't give Gizelle an opportunity to respond because that's where the clip ends. So let's bring it back, right? Let's bring it all the way back. Candace asked Gizelle if the reason for her and Jamal ending things was because of the rumors that came out. And she says that that's what she was thinking happened in that relationship, you know, and because she was speaking about tearing down families. And so Gizelle reveals at that moment, well, that wasn't new information, as if she already knew. So the clip is titled, as you guys may have seen, Did Jamal Cheat on Gizelle Bryant Again Before Their Split? Now, I want you guys to notice this because there was no mention of, well, there was. If you guys will recall in last week's episode, Gizelle said something to the effect of, when she was doing her podcast, how she wishes that she had known those statistics about how men were 350% likely to cheat again, which it was really 3.5 if you go back and check the article. But if they were likely to cheat again, and she says she wishes she had known that 2 years ago, well, that time frame was when she was with Jamal. So the producer asked her, well, why did you say that? And she was hemming and hawing and hemming and hawing and hemming and hawing and couldn't give a real response, leading people to think that maybe he had cheated on her allegedly. I don't know. But this is the inference that we're taking, that maybe he had cheated on her while they were in their, long distance relationship. Okay. And so now we get the title of this saying, did Jamal cheat on Gizelle Bryant again before their split? There wasn't even a mention of him cheating again in this clip. So why did they title it that? So I'm having to ask these questions. Is that something else that we're going to see in the scene? It's all very interesting to me, and I'm trying to put together the clues, but Candace wants to know, why didn't Gizelle say she had already heard those rumors at the reunion last year, if that was the case? Andrea, thank you so much, sis. I'm so happy to catch a live. Love all your content, Richie. Much love, hun, and keep doing your thing. Sky Squad stand up. Thank you so much, Andrea. I appreciate you for that. And listen, this isn't I want you guys to be clear about something. You know, when we have these conversations about Gizelle, or when we have these conversations about Candace, and I'm going to point to those two people because I feel like this is something that people think a lot. It is not to, I'm not talking about them at this point in time to drag them personally. I'm really just talking about the things that they're doing on the scene, on the screen, that kind of are questionable in terms of maybe something that has already happened, right? So just take it with a grain of salt as well, too, because it's still a TV show. But given that the relationship was purported to be a real one, then we have to actually analyze what we have seen on the screen and what she has also given us, what we had, and against what we've heard in social media, on the streets, and also on the show, right? So we want to keep it right there, right? Thank you so much, Andrea. That was so really, really nice. Thank you so much. And Sir Capricorn says she was silent because it would have proved Monique right. Boom. It makes you wonder, right? It does make you wonder. Sir Capricorn, I think you hit the nail on the head. It makes you wonder if maybe she didn't say anything because she didn't want to give credence to the things that her father had alluded to. Remember her father on that hot mic moment last season, whether it was what Karen was asking about whether or not Jamal would be there. And it gives credence to the things that Monique had produced from her receipt book from the binder. So it should be, and you know, who knows, Gizelle, because she is again, I do believe that Gizelle is a very smart woman. And I think that she's going to walk her way out of this. And I think she's going to walk her way out of it and then turn her attention back to Karen. Because even if you saw the preview for next week, you really see Gizelle giving it to Karen in the preview. So we don't know how Karen's going to respond, but my spidey senses tell me she's going to slip and slide her way on out of that situation and turn the attention to something else. Because that's what she's very good at that. I'm telling you, I do think she's a smart woman. I'm not, I just honestly, to a certain degree, I kind of feel like maybe this is what I feel like honestly is happening. Maybe these types of shows, maybe there's some pressure on some of the ladies who are not in relationships to have some sort of relationship storyline. And I think that maybe, I don't know this to be true, maybe there was some pressure there to have a relationship, and maybe he was the easiest person, to sort of have some type of relationship with. And maybe it just didn't work out because there were so many, things going on in social media and so many rumors that it just turned out to make her look kind of crazy. And so now she has to distance herself from that situation. That's what I think honestly happened. The plan did not work. And I do think there is some merit in talking about this point. And we've mentioned it here before on this channel, that every woman or man on a reality TV show, and I guess because it is called Housewives, it sort of makes sense that you want everybody to have those relationships. And the majority of the women on this show come in and they have these, these marriages in different states of, happiness, but they're still marriages nonetheless. And that shows the reality of what marriage can be like. Not every marriage is going to be happy at all points in times. So I think that for some people, they may feel the pressure to have those relationships. And I just want to encourage production companies, networks, or whatever the case may be, that doesn't always have to be the case, because not everyone is in a relationship and not everybody wants to be in a relationship or married. And some people have been through that and don't want to do it again. And that seems to be where she is, based on another clip that we have seen of her talking to her daughters, telling her daughters that she doesn't want to be married again. She doesn't want to be put in a situation where she's reliant on somebody and then she's wondering how she's going to survive without, those types of finances and stuff like that. And she wants to be independent and do this on her own. There's nothing wrong with showcasing that, because people need to see that aspect too. And then how does that person intertwine and integrate into a group of married women? How does that work? That's an interesting dynamic in and of itself, so that they don't have to have this sort of pressure to have a man. It doesn't always have to work that way. That's just what I think. Well, I disagree, because here's my thing too. When we take a look back at Housewives, Real Housewives, she at one point in time was a housewife. She was married at one point in time. And I do feel like with this particular show, the majority of the women on the show are housewives. But I do think that there's some merit in taking a look at the people who have been housewives, who have been on that journey, and how does the group of girlfriends who are housewives, how do they rally around her, or how do they interact with her as a result of it? I just think that there's a way that you can showcase someone who is not necessarily a wife at certain points, because that's what they're already on the show. Nobody on New York Housewives is a wife at this point. Nobody. They're all single women. It might as well be Sex in the City on Bravo. And I do agree with this. Ashley says Gizelle identifies success with being in a relationship. I do think that there's some of that going on as well. And I think that's some of that she needs to get out of her own head as well. There was a Santanay says on Married to Medicine, they don't really want Quad because she's single and not married to medicine. The interesting thing about that whole situation is I feel like it was less about Quad not being in a relationship and more about Quad not wanting to open up her actual life and showing her actual life with the rest of the ladies. Because I think at one point in time, and I don't know this to be true, but my feelings are that their perception was that she was so high and mighty because of Sister Circle and other gigs that she had going on, that they felt like she was alienating them. And so they didn't want her around if she wasn't going to be alienating them, and then B, not showing her actual life. But what I do think happened is that time away from the show, and while the show was filming, definitely re-energized Quad to come back to the show more of it, and be really integrated into the group. So sometimes I feel like a little break is necessary. And in fact, I was talking about, so y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I was talking to a friend of mine. Do any of y'all watch Days of Our Lives or Young and the Restless, or any of specifically Days of Our Lives? And I'm going to mention this because I don't watch it anymore. I used to watch it back in the day, right? But this is what I think they should do with Housewives, and they're doing it on Days of Our Lives currently. It seems like what they're doing on Days of Our Lives, based on what I've been seeing in the news and talking to a couple of friends of mine, is that they will cycle out a person for a couple of months and then bring them back in, so that the storyline remains fresh. People miss that person, and then they can get re-energized with a new storyline. And personally, I think that they should do that with Housewives as well. And so then you don't ever really have to worry about losing someone for a long period of time. You can give them a season or two off to allow them to take a break, and then cycle them back in. That's what I think that they should do with Housewives. With not really, they don't have to do that with Married to Medicine so much, because I feel like everybody is contributing. But I do feel like with these Housewives shows, let's cycle somebody out for a season. Let's give them a break, and then let's bring them back in. And that way, when they come back in, they're ready to go. They're ready to bring the energy. They're ready to give us something new. They're ready to dive deep into the drama and the chaos and really bring it in the way that they need to, because they've had some time off. They've had some time to live. They've had some time to go through some things, and they've had some time to grow. And I think if you do that, similar to I think they're going to do this with Dorinda on New York Housewives, and they've seemingly done this with time and time again with Sheree. Let's cycle her in and out. Let's cycle her back in and cycle her back out. Same can be said with, some of these Love and Hip Hop shows, because they seem to cycle people in and out and from show to show and show to show and show to show to show. So why not? Let's try that. Let's try it. And then let's give the other girls some time to figure out what to do now that person is gone, and see how those girls fill in the gap. I think that would, yeah, I agree. They want their money. But I think that the network would do well to start doing that, because then it would continue to keep the show fresh. And we don't have to worry about, well, so-and-so's not coming back this season. Well, it's okay, because we know that they'll probably come back in about a season or two, and they'll come back fresh with something new and exciting to give us. And we can still be interested in them. You know what I mean? But that's what I was kind of thinking. Actually, I was thinking the same thing. And listen, I love me some Kandi, y'all. And I've made it no secret. I love Kandi. I love her entrepreneurship. I love the potential that she has for her storylines. But I do think that there would be nothing wrong with cycling her out for a season or two, allowing her to do these other shows that she wants to do, tour with Escape, do the dungeon tours, all the other things, the acting that she wants to do, and then bring in Phaedra for 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Since they don't want to film, since she doesn't want to film with Phaedra, then bring in Phaedra. Then that way, in about 2 years, Kandi comes back and she has a whole brand new thing going on, and we can catch back up with her. I would have loved if they had been able to do that successfully with Nene. I think that was the goal, maybe, to do that with Nene, but something happened along the way. And I honestly feel like somebody at the production company or the network just did not like her. That's my thought. I don't know. That's just, and yeah, exactly. I think it would be good for Kandi, because I think it would not hurt her business. I think if anything, it would allow her more time to focus on those businesses, grow some businesses, and it allows us as fans to miss her on the show, because we still gonna be following her. We still gonna be trying to go see Escape or see the dungeon tour or what have you and whatnot. So we're not gonna lose Kandi that much, especially if they're giving her own spinoff a la Lisa Vanderpump. So we're still gonna see her. That's what I think. And again, it what it does then is it allows that person to never get too comfortable, because what happens is you see this. It seems like some people come back every season and they just simply coast. They coasting along on the drama of the newbies. They coasting along on the drama of the friends, and we never really get nothing new from them. But they there because their name seems to work in the marquee. Listen, I know. I love me some Candy Pants. I do. I absolutely do. But I just think that there's nothing wrong with, again, cycling somebody in and cycling them back out. They do it on soap operas, at least for Days of Our Lives. I know they're doing that. So why not do that here? Ooh. If we could just bring in Katie, okay? We could cycle somebody out and just bring back in Katie, because Katie gives. Katie gives. And you need that type of energy on the show. You need that type of sort of like chaotic, fun energy. That just breaks up it makes the show funny and unpredictable. You just never know what's going to happen when Katie's on the show. California Cutie, just want to say love you, Richie. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, boo. I love you too. Sending love to you in Cali, boo, in Cali. Thank you for that super chat. Yes, I'm a huge Days of Our Lives fan. I used to watch it when I was younger. I haven't been watching them over the past like several years, probably like the past 10 years. No, maybe like 8 to 10 years or whatever. But I am watching the new Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem on Peacock TV, because it's only like 5 episodes. So I'm watching that because Lisa Rinna's on it. So I'm like, I started watching Days back in the day when Lisa Rinna was on there as Billy. So I love that show. And Kristen Demir and Marlena was possessed. It was crazy. Yep, Bo and Hope. I believe Katie is living in New York right now. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, I heard she retired. So my friend told me that Hope, listen, Kristen, I forget her name, the actress that plays Hope, that she did not like the cycling in and cycling back out, and that's why she left. But in my mind, I'm like, give me a couple of weeks off, a month or two off of vacation, and bring me back. I'm happy with that. But I understand people want their money. Oh, Katie's in LA right now. I thought she was in New York. I mean, we keep it real, man. Yeah, Eileen. That's it for today, y'all. That's the news that we wanted to talk about. I wanted to do a little sneak peek and give y'all that Love and Hip Hop news because I thought it was real interesting. We will be back tomorrow because we have got to talk about this coming episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville that's coming on tonight. And okay, let me address this real quick. Yeah, I saw so 2 things. Kirby Jersey says, Richie, what do you think about Kenya being fired allegedly and Sheree coming back with a new person? We talked about the firing rumor that I think Gary with the T talked about it on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. And I also saw the actual article that it was printed in. Well, at least one of the articles that it was printed in. But again, when we talked about it in the context of the fact that Kenya is also doing interviews, promoting Dancing with the Stars. And she's talking about gearing up for filming season 14. So to me, I honestly believe that Kenya will be back. I don't see them letting Kenya go. I think that if the internet streets are to be believed, and I think, and if some of the sources that have come forward and some of the more reliable sites have come forward, especially talking about how Cynthia would not be there, I think that they're definitely going to be keeping Kenya. I can't see them doing that show without Kenya at this point, especially because she's got so much going on. She's been fighting so hard to have Brooklyn featured on the show. It just doesn't make sense to me that Kenya would not be there for season 14. So, yeah, I definitely believe she'll be coming back. Let's see here. I think that's it. Yes, Loving Marriage Huntsville tonight on OWN, another Carlos King show. We're gonna definitely be supporting that. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow morning, probably around 11 a.m. If you guys have time, definitely join in. But if you are part of the texting community, you will get the text notifications when I go live. There was a question I saw about, I think that there's a possibility that they will bring Camille back as a friend and probably never, ever anything more. Yes, get on part of that texting community. Basically, it's just a way for me to let you guys know that a new video is coming out, and I thank you for being a part of it. And I'll be able to let you know, oh, I got an I'm gonna be doing some other stuff on my other channels more consistently, because I'm really interested in travel vlogs and stuff like that, because I've done some from my last couple of travels that I want to be able to share with you guys. So I'll let you guys know when that stuff comes out, and I'll talk about, you know, kind of like either finances, relationships, or fashion and stuff like that on that other channel as well. So it'll be a little bit more fun, a little bit more general. But I just want to do something else to sort of satisfy my creativity and the things that I want to do. Outside of that, y'all. Oh, how do you get on the text? Easy. Just text me right here at the number below, and then I will be able to do that. Bell Collective, real quick before I go. I do believe it's coming back for season 2. When I talked to Carlos King on our last interview, you know, he was definitely excited about the possibility of it coming back. So I do think that they're coming back. I think they're just probably figuring out the whole cast and whatnot, if they're not already filming. So I haven't heard anything about them filming yet, but I know that Carlos was interested in bringing it back for season 2. Glinda, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, thanks, Richie, for always being on point. I needed this while in quarantine to distract me. I love you. Blessings. First of all, Glinda, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys all for watching. I really appreciate it. This channel would be nothing without the people that participate in it. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you guys. And my aim is, when I first started this channel, it was to talk about reality TV news. But the more I've gotten into doing this, the more I feel like I want to just be able to provide a little bit of entertainment for people as they go throughout their day. And if I could do that in some type of way, then I will. Amen for that. Amen. Thank you so much. Yes, let's spread the love. Let's spread that business, baby. I'm not mad at that, because we could all use a little credit repair. Thank you. Lovely Lynn is right here. With that being said, y'all, I just want to let y'all know that I love y'all. If y'all ain't told nobody else that today, go tell somebody you love them. It don't hurt. It's free, and it'll make somebody else's day. With that being said, y'all, I will catch you in the next video.